Zachary.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
The drummers take over. Do you know what fucking pisses me off about these Piper?
What's the Piper? Pipers? What's that?
Pipers.
Okay, what's that?
Just what assholes they are and self-righteous, angry people.
What the fuck are you guys even doing here? Like, who
do you guys think you are?
Yeah,
trying to take over the podcast.
You're gonna start the podcast all on your own?
Josh and I are on the shitter together, and you guys just hit record and go. Is that what happens?
Yeah, we're just trying to fucking make some waffle cakes, and all of a sudden,
Welcome to the Chanter Rant podcast. This is maybe the Drum Rant podcast.
It could be the Drum Pad Rant podcast, I suppose.
We'll go there this time. But this is Andy.
This is Josh.
Hello.
This is where you guys talk.
This is Big Sexy back again.
This is St. Zach.
And as usual, the fucking drummers are late.
Yep. They do not connect with visual cues very well at all.
We give them a very obvious cue, and then of course they just come in whenever the fuck they feel like it.
Let me just bring that in real quick. So drummers are always late, but we're always still waiting on pipers, though.
This is true. They were here mostly on time for the actual recording. I mean, they were only a half hour late, which is essentially on time for drummers.
Right. Yeah. Because Andy likes everybody to show up an hour early so we can all watch him parade around and fucking feel special.
Stroke his beard.
It's the only time I get to put on a concert is for you guys that show up early to things. So I'm constantly putting on a show for you.
But yeah, tonight the drummers do indeed strike back, because I feel like everyone likes to shit on the drummers, and we are absolutely no exception.
That's correct. So we're going to give them a chance to fire back at us a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead and try to redeem yourselves, you tappy fucks. What do you got?
Anything, Ben?
Yeah. Well, I just early introduction into pipe band, right? Mm-hmm. And I have a lot of friends that aren't into the Celtic culture or anything like that. From the outside in, you guys are douchebags, right?
Well, from the inside out, we're also douchebags.
Yeah. Right. But
even more so.
It's like the 13-year-old kid that never stopped playing Dungeons and Dragons found bagpipes, and here we are, we're 35 doing these bullshit.
Why do you say from the outside in? What do you mean by that?
Just a lot of people look at what we do and think it's pretty douchey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As
so
drummers,
nerdy, you mean?
I would just say people in general.
Okay.
Okay, interesting.
There's definitely like a niche, and you can find those people, and you definitely have, and they support you, and you feel like, oh man, this is my Trump America. But there's a whole nother world out there that looks at us and goes, what the fuck are these guys doing?
On this podcast, we call it Angels America.
Yeah, it's Angels America, because Angel is our Trump.
Angel is our Trump,
yeah. Of course. And somehow I slowly have started to fall in love with it, and God, I'll probably be dressing up in a pirate outfit next weekend.
Are we back? We're back on the Ren Fair hate already.
Going to the Pirate Fest? What is that? It's like after the game.
Ben,
it's after the
game.
Yeah.
I would only ask that you go up in the world, not down. So, like, always go forward. Don't go backwards into Ren Fair bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
or pirates or whatever the fuck.
Help me out with that, because I'm not sure which direction's forward.
I mean, I have some close. Like, if you really want to get into like the pirate scene, I have some good friends of mine that pirate. But if you can't speak Somali, you're gonna have a real hard time hanging out with them. Just saying.
I'll buy a boy.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be perfect. Yeah, you have a translator.
Yeah.
Somalian pirates are we?
So.
What do you got? What do you got, boy?
I'm thinking.
We got drummers here. We have two drummers here ready to get just shit on.
This is the part of the show where we turn to Zach and we hear silence. So, Zach, what do you think? You were how old were you when you joined the pipe band?
How old is it? 10, 11?
Okay.
Jesus.
How old are you now?
25.
Okay, so
Jesus.
You started real young. Tell us the story about the very first time you played a gig. That's a good story.
And that is not a 25-year-old beard.
No. Well, you should see the hair coming out of his ass crack. I have.
You know what it is. You know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
New York.
Is it New York?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bryce didn't show that whole
Oh,
story.
yeah.
You want me to tell the fucking story? This is exactly my
Just
point.
tell the story. Sorry, I'm blanking.
I'm real glad we have Zach here to be fucking quiet the entire show while we tell stories about him. It's just that's why he's a hashtag and not a guest.
Yeah, this is why we kept him off the show at this point. But Zach, I'm gonna refer to you because you
Okay.
probably remember the details. Better
Yeah,
than me,
yeah.
We had Zach.
It was a while ago. I was super young, so I don't quite.
You were like
remember
probably
everything.
13 or so. And it was your first gig. We were playing at New York for probably a 9/11 thing, I think, or something. And you were a student at the time. Our drum sergeant, for some reason, last minute did not show. So Zach was on his own. Zach had to play a solo.
I'm assuming it was that hemorrhoid he had acting up again.
Probably.
Remember that he named it Larry?
Oh, I thought he named it Betty.
Oh, yeah, might have been it. Yeah, Betty.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah.
Larry and Betty, they meet in the middle.
The drum sergeant at the time, you know who I'm talking about, didn't show, and Zach had to run the
an
show.
inflamed,
I was
itchy
terrified. I was terrified.
Yeah, so 13-year-old Zach, he's 25 and he's terrified of life right now. Imagine him at 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just really excited for when Zach's like 42 and chills out.
Yeah. No, like
And finally gets-
50, I'll like finally chill.
And also finally gets laid.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We're gonna make the 40-year-old version too about Zach.
You know what the best part is like we have a decent, and I don't want to toot our own horn too much, but we have a decent following both here in the States and internationally. Anyone could go.
I do, but they're all children
Any-
illegitimate children.
And anybody could, go on any of our social media channels or the band that shall not be named, and they could see Zach, the fucking hipster dream. Like, he's had how many Volkswagens now?
Sure.
At least, well, a couple.
This is two.
A highly fuckable dude to most girls.
He's got tons of Star Wars tattoos.
Well tattooed.
He's got tattoos.
Well tattooed, slick back hair. Actually, very good looking man.
He's got a job in the future.
He wears a collared shirt and he buttons it all the way to the top.
No, it's
Like a
Well, not today, but usually you do.
yeah.
You know you do.
At least you can do that.
and not quite like
Not cholo form.
Yeah,
but
not quite like 28th Street Cholo getting buttoned all the way up, but he's getting there, and he could earn some street cred eventually. So here you go, ladies.
He needs a blowjob first.
Look, search at tatted photographer or whatever the fuck his Instagram is, and just start sending Zach nudes.
Zach, what is your Instagram? At
tatted.photographer.
Okay.
How do you spell photographer in that?
For the life of me, I do not know.
Okay, so
All right, this is
I
what you
don't
do.
even remember.
just send nudes to a bunch of random fucking hipster bitches with no beard, and eventually you'll get
Photographer spelled photographer.
Oh, okay.
Zach. Okay, there we go.
Perfect.
He
There
learned
we
to
go.
spell.
Zach is highly mellow and very unexcitable. But imagine you said he needs a blowjob first. If you get your blowjob, what if he just turns into an angry fucking gremlin?
Like you can't pour water on Zach.
Like,
I think the problem is like we're all gonna find out later on that Zach is so chill because he's just got like just monster dong.
I guarantee that's the case.
Like he's just hanging a fucking summer sausage that nobody knows about, and he's not sure how to bring it up in casual conversation.
Why do you think?
Mom, plug your ears.
That's why I'm telling you. That's why he wears those crazy tight pants that he always wears.
That's true though, but where
That's
does he
the
hide
secret.
it? Does he just hook it back around and loop it through the belt?
He tucks it under like a.
like a sporn.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I get it.
That's
You
why the
could-
sporn's there.
You can see it if you follow Zach. If you're behind Zach, you can see it.
You can see the tip just poking out,
Poking
looking at
through.
you angrily through the belt. Yeah, I could see that.
Waiting.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
That's why he plays drums, because no one will ever see that his cock tip is just right between his belt. By the way, this is the Chanter Rant podcast. We are an explicit podcast.
We forgot to warn
By the
you.
way,
We're only 15 minutes in. What are they going to know? Yeah, I mean, if you're still listening, number one, why? And number two, let's talk about drums.
Yeah. Take it, drummers.
You got anything?
Let's leave it to you guys.
Fucking lay it on me. What do you got?
Drums.
You finally give them a platform, and they just
No.
no.
at all.
We're digging through all the stuff that's in there.
Yeah, you're just throwing this on us, but you guys, as pipers, have been through a lot of tumultuous turnover and everything else, and us as drummers as well. Drummers are a unique beast as well, because as you guys get like the pirates and Dungeons and Dragons and that, we get the stoners and the partiers and pretty much the cool people in the world.
I also
See, like we're like school, we're like the cool crew. We're the cool
Yeah.
kids table.
I do have a good question.
If Zach
though,
is the cool crew, we're in trouble, guys.
I have a question about drumming, because like when it comes to drumming in a pipe band, what's it like to consistently only be able to bang the 8th hottest chick in the room?
Repeat the question.
One of our guys is gay, and he gets hotter chicks
like
than you guys.
as a drummer in a pipe band, what is it like to only be able to score the 8th hottest girl in the room?
Because the pipers always get the
At
top.
least it's the 8th hottest girl in the room.
And that is the mentality of drumming summed up. At least I'm here.
Yes. Unfortunately, Zach is saying, at least I wish I was there, but I've witnessed it happen before. Zach, you have a funny story. I do remember this story too. Let's see if Zach will tell the story.
Wait a minute, Zach. Let's hear this.
Don't tell any names, but there was a St. Patrick's Day. Oh, we were kind of, we're getting there early, but there was a St. Patrick's Day
We can circle around.
back in the McFadden's days when your old drum sergeant, I don't want to say who he was.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And
okay.
remember the whole time when there was a rumor that he might be hooking up with
Whoever.
whoever. You want to tell that story about you creepily sitting in that whole thing?
Oh,
You remember that story?
Oh, shit.
Preferably without saying any names.
Don't say any names, but
You were sitting in... Oh, okay. Go ahead, Zach.
I remember a little bit, but so I was hanging out with
the rest.
him,
The
whatever.
Oh,
drum
Yeah,
sergeant.
We were just kind of messing around, and then
Wait. Don't use messing around.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
that messing around.
There you
Okay,
go.
we were wandering around, and then
the tenor drummer.
yeah, he gets a text from the tenor drummer to hey, come up the stairs. We're like, okay, what the heck?
Yeah. So let me just explain because Zach will cut corners. When we played gigs
Yeah,
at
thank you.
when we played
And
gigs
of
at
course, we're back to cutting Zach out of the conversation.
Thanks, guys.
when we would play gigs at the Rio at McFadden's at the Rio, we would get really cheap rooms there because they would hook us up with super cheap rooms, so everybody would get a room, and then we'd just party.
I
all
will
night
say
and pass out there.
the floor to ceiling glass windows were incredibly
Oh, were they
sturdy.
not awesome? So I remember that. We'll get into that.
They could take a beating.
We'll talk about that. But so the tenor drummer had a room, and Zach, go ahead and continue.
Yeah. Okay. So she invited the drum sergeant to the room.
Today, Junior.
Just let him go.
Okay,
Let
shut
him
up. This is how I'm telling the story.
go. Let him go. Let him go.
So she invited up to the room. Little does she know I'm with him.
Right.
And then she's just like, screw it, he's here. And then she kind of puts me off in the corner in a way, but I'm kind of just there, awkwardly, with
And how? What was your age at the time?
He must have 16, 17.
a 15, between 15 and 17.
We have to
just
bleep that
standing there.
now. We have to bleep that.
No, he's not going to press charges.
No.
He
It
finally
happened,
saw titties for the first time. It was
Did
all-
you?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, this is, and then she was kind of edging him on to do anything. I'm just standing there, and then and my drum sergeant, he's just
He's like, Zach, get the
Yeah,
fuck
you
out of
gotta-
here.
you gotta
I'm trying to bang the tenor drummer, you cocksucker.
You gotta go.
it was just an awkward moment, third wheeling about hardcore right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's not even
Hashtag-
third willing.
Third wheel Zach.
Oh no,
Dude, he
but
sat there.
Saint Zach's so good. I just finished the Saint Zach T-shirt, soon to be up on ChanterRant.com.
I'd buy it. I gotta buy it now.
Dude, that's such a great story.
So you
so
sat
wild.
there and watched that all go down.
Her trying to hook up
No.
with this guy. It never happened.
No.
right? Yeah.
I mean,
She wanted it to happen.
he
didn't.
knew it wouldn't. Because he was married. He's still married, and
Okay, less personal details.
Yeah, we don't want to give it away.
yeah. Okay, I was just kind of there.
But to be fair, he didn't do anything
Yeah,
as far
yeah,
as we
Yeah,
did.
no,
Yeah.
he was a perfect gentleman.
But
Aside from kicking a young Zach to the curb, saying, "Find
He's
your
like,
own,
"Zach,
find your own fucking
fuck
way
outta
home,
here."
you old bastard." Yeah.
He just put me awkwardly in the
Jesus.
corner at the time.
Oh my
imagine. Not only awkwardly in the corner, Zach's fucking sitting in the corner beating it like a fucking champion.
Well, my question would be, so you guys know this story.
I know the story.
I didn't know.
How'd
the
it
story.
get out?
I was told by the drum sergeant told me the whole fucking
Oh.
thing.
I did not know the story. I think I was not around.
You weren't in the band.
no,
at the time.
uh-uh.
No, you were in college at the time.
I phased it out.
I was going and getting a goddamn
I remember
education,
details, but I
being,
phased it.
living a wholesome life.
No.
Yeah. We have so many great stories about McFadden's
Oh, shit.
McFadden's days. You missed it. Big Sexy was
dude.
not in the
I
band.
will
back
say-
then?
we hit the prime there.
I gotta
The
say,
prime there.
classic.
Oh
this,
yeah.
this was not on the docket, but this does beg the question. Now that we haven't mentioned anyone by name, like inter-band relationships.
Should we go there?
I mean, I can give my opinion. What about is that you tap? What are you tapping the whiskey for? I got my whiskey, bro.
That's the bell of doom.
That's the bell of doom. That's the death.
It's coming for me.
Yeah,
That's
shut
a death,
the fuck up, Bill.
It's the death knell of the Chanter Rant podcast.
Are you are you about to bring up how Zach was almost I was almost Zach's daddy?
No,
Oh,
I was
God.
talking about Zach almost being my sugar baby.
I love that too. I would when I go into practice for however long that lasted. I was like, "Oh, is that your dad?" I would just rub it in.
Just a little backstory. I used to date Zach's mom for like 4 years.
Yeah, for a while. Like
You know what the most amazing thing to me about that entire experience is? I know Zach's mom. Why the fuck would
would
she
she date
ever
you?
date you?
yes.
Like that's the part that still completely eludes me to this day.
And it's what gives me hope.
And we shouldn't. I mean, we should still like Zach's mom's even more of a saint than Saint Zach.
Listen, when I'm not on the radio, I'm very charming. I promise.
But like she's like smart, talented, like pretty. Like what
Pretty.
the fuck was she doing?
Fuck. God, was she at rock bottom?
Well,
Was she hanging out with Courtney Love? Like,
actually, she just.
Okay,
I picked her up at a low point. So
We gotta nix that shit in the bud immediately.
We're in so much trouble, Zach.
We're already
dude,
I'm still friends with her. I'm in so much trouble.
You dug my grave right here.
yeah. We're at the point where I'm about to start getting angry emails.
Zach,
Dude, I'm
point
gonna-
being, Zach
after
should
the-
call me daddy the rest of the episode. I just want to say that.
No. No.
it's okay, Daddy.
But anyway,
Thanks, Dad.
you were going back to something
Okay,
else.
so I feel like we definitely need to take more time to dive into this subject, and it's not on the docket tonight. But like pipe band, like inter-pipe band relationships, like especially of a sexual nature. How do we feel about that? Because I personally, I'm totally against. Just because I like to be a jackass in pipe band all the time, and then keep everything separate from that. That's why I stopped having sex with Ben.
That's why.
It's just one of those things.
Now that makes sense.
I like more. Well, you're against intra-sexual relationships. I'm against that as well, but I'm pro-inter. So, like for example, I am very
Vaginal.
I'm very
Not-
pro having sex with Joe Brady because he's in another pipe band, and so he's
Of course,
in
it
a world,
doesn't
but he's
count.
not in my
Gotcha.
band.
Yeah, he can't affect you. It's a totally different
You know
pipe
what I'm
band
saying?
association.
So when I give good head, which I learned from Joe Brady,
Hashtag
That's-
FU Joe Brady. Also at Joe Brady on Twitter. Apparently he decided
At
he
FU
needs
Joe Brady.
he needs an FU Joe Brady Twitter account.
oh, you didn't know I set that up,
Oh, that was you?
dude. I'm gonna get Joe Brady in so much trouble.
That's all your account?
Oh yeah,
I figured it was a fake account because he's not that witty. He can't post those
no,
things.
he's
no way.
He's like dope. He's like Zach. He's like he barely speaks. He never.
That's why we didn't let him call in last week.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why we cut him off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I set that up so we can get him in a lot of trouble with
That'd be
his.
perfect.
With his,
yeah. With his association.
Zach,
Anyway,
put this in your head.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach, you might as well get every domain and handle related to your name and stop doing different variations of tattoos, Star Wars, and photographer.
enough with the Star Wars tattoos. God damn it, that's never gonna get you laid.
Yeah,
Well,
do
I
you
got
realize?
that one.
Do you realize some of those
It'll
TIE
get you
fighters?
bagpipes.
Some of those TIE fighters aren't even canon anymore. Come on.
Yeah, I mean that Disney did away with those.
Yeah, the
They fucked it
interceptor
up.
is not there anymore.
They
Sorry,
fucked it
bro.
up, man. Anyway, so you were saying.
Might as well burn that off your skin.
So you were saying about intra
Well,
relationships.
okay,
or
so
whatever the fuck.
we're gonna get in a can of worms in a couple minutes.
We should probably make that a whole separate episode because that's gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. But we're gonna get a separate can of worms after the current can of. So the intrasexual pipe band relationships we'll talk about for sure because I think that's an important thing to address. Like, you know, when people are interested in the same thing, why would they not? Fuck.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
By the way, Chanter Rant podcast. We're gonna talk about banging. Sorry, sorry about it. Get over it.
And if any women would like to contribute, we'd love to have a female
Oh, dude,
correspondent.
see, and that's the
Sponsors are
thing.
welcome.
We can't do any episode on that kind of shit without like just a bunch of fucking dudes sitting around the table talking about that is completely unfair. Like we gotta get the ladies' opinion. We gotta get more opinions on this shit.
Yes, I tried.
Just
Well, I have a plan to get a call-in, well, a semi-regular...
fucking Collins.
Well, no, not call-in, but like I'm going to record like stories from females.
Okay.
So I'm working on that a little bit because they're all over the pond.
You can just call them women. You don't have to call them females like you're a scientist.
Sorry. But because they're over the pond, we can't...
Rest in peace, Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
Generally, we can't get them on live because it's so late for them and all that. But like, because
No.
American girls are not going to talk shit.
It's
but
not even
the
just that,
Irish
like-
girls will talk all kinds of hell.
It's also just like we can't have a podcast about that kind of thing without having some equal representation. Because otherwise, it's either going to be a shitty podcast or a shitty podcast.
Well, yeah, but we would like to have some female listeners because by this point they've all turned off because we talk very misogynistically. How do you say that?
Misogynistically,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's you know,
It's not a real word.
No,
It is
I made it.
Well, I don't care. I think any conversation needs balance. We need balance.
We need our Robin Quivers. to be fair.
We need
Yeah.
well,
yeah, we don't need
just
a-
need
we
a
don't need
female
a-
voice. Is my
we don't
point.
need a sycophant. We need someone that will come on the show. And
Zach
like,
needs a sycophant.
We need people that will. No, Zach needs a sycophant.
I knew that was coming.
We need people that'll come on the show and like counter and argue and like do like put us in our fucking place because we
I want
most certainly
no.
deserve it.
I want women that come on and talk like men. They're
You-
like, dude, I banged this dude last week and his cock was so huge.
You
His name
go
was
to-
Zach.
You go to hell.
He took it out of his sporin.
He had to unravel that thing.
Again, sorry, Mom.
All right, so as far as things we're gonna have to cut out of the final cut of the episode. So before we get into kind of one of the side topics of the evening, we're gonna play a game.
Oh shit.
Ben,
Yes.
you have been dating online just a little bit recently,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And ladies and gentlemen, Ben is a handsome, talented man.
Unlucky
lots
and
of-
unlucky in love.
Unlucky in love. So he's been dating a little bit online, and he has solicited some online encounters, we'll say.
Solicit sounds dirty.
Well, you're online dating.
Messaged.
You're online dating.
Messaged.
And
Just use the right word. Messaged.
we had the realization today while going through the messages that you've received on your online dating profile.
Yeah.
That one of them is a
Man.
man pretending to be a woman. Which,
Yes.
don't get me wrong, if you're into anything like that, I completely support you. I can support you in all your decisions.
Right. The coin flipped on the wrong side for me on that one.
I just think
I
that
just want to say you're not alone. I've had this happen to me.
well,
Have you?
well,
Okay.
sexuality is a spectrum. There's lots of areas. You just kind of figure where you land.
Tinder is very questionable.
Trust me, if I thought for sure that sexuality was incredibly black and white, and then I met Joe Brady, and then it became a spectrum.
Yep. Anyway, go
A
ahead.
beautiful rainbow of colors.
yeah. So what's the question? Anyways,
So, Ben-
I'm striking out
Ben,
online.
you gotta bring up your inbox because we realized before. Actually, this was before you got here, Andy.
Surprise.
That Zach, among the images,
Please don't tell me Zach's Zach's mother is on Match with Ben. I'll kill myself.
Zach among
I almost said her name.
among the images.
And then you'll be dead. You'll be dead.
So among the images on this list, Zach could not realize
But
which one.
He couldn't tell.
You see, after this, Andy
Dude,
has
I'm-
to try to guess too.
I'm a professional. At
So
picking this, guaranteed.
don't. So you scroll the list and
Okay.
you don't say anything because we want to put Zach on the spot because Zach has limited dating experience.
Okay.
And Zach, whatever dating decisions you choose to make moving forward, I completely support.
Thanks.
Just be
Yeah.
aware.
Okay.
So you scroll and then
Scrolling.
let me
Scrolling.
know.
Rolling.
And you guys can talk during this process if you'd like.
Is the game for him to eliminate the man? Is that what we're going for here?
He's got to pick the
best one?
the man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he's scrolling right now,
Okay.
and he thinks he's got an answer.
I'm not going to say anything, Fusco. I'm going to give you the same opportunity.
Okay.
So you scroll and then you point when you
Starting
show
at
it.
This is like
Starting at
this
the
is
top.
like Chinese roulette.
Except the bullet doesn't kill you.
Wow, there are some real uggos.
Did you say
here.
what roulette did you say?
Train
Okay.
roulette.
I think I have an answer. Wait, let me make sure. Where did it go? Where did it go?
All right, I'm gonna move.
I hope you picked the same answer I
my arm
did.
a bit just so I can see your answer.
I can't see it.
I hope you picked the same answer I
Ben,
did.
these are your matches? Because
Yeah, and that's another point I want to talk about.
fucking Christ.
I know.
Wait. We'll get to that when he picks. We'll get to that when he picks.
All right,
Well,
I think
know
I got
which-
it. I think I got it.
All right, what?
You want me to tell you?
Give me a point. Okay, so the winner is Zach.
Zach picked it?
Yep, Zach.
You-
I was
you
wrong?
can
Which
tell-
one is it?
You're incorrect.
You can tell by the jawline.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
not
Dick.
just that.
No way. Yeah. I thought that was the hottest chick on the list. I swear to God. I was like, Ben did not match with that chick. I was like, there's no way Ben matched with that hot chick. No way. Oh my God.
Hey, Josh, he's in the firm jawline.
I should have picked that just because it's like, there's no way this
Now,
is for
Fusco.
real.
Fusco,
She's so hot, it's not even crazy.
Fusco, I want you to realize now that you and her could have a very happy relationship.
or him, in this case.
Well, it depends on how they self-identify.
Yeah, don't
true,
go there.
true,
Don't
true.
go there, Zach.
True.
Yeah.
Thanks.
People,
Dude, it's
You're
so
conscious.
it's hilarious to me that I've like suddenly become Mr. PC on the podcast. I'm always like, fuck everybody. I was like, no, like it fucking depends on how they identify, how they feel.
how could you
You
not
really
pick that off?
Dude.
As soon as I got that, I was like, oh my God.
No, my thought was, wow, here's a bunch of consistent uggos, and here's this really hot chick, and I was like, okay, maybe, everybody gets lucky once in a while. But there was that one chick that she had a dude face, big time. And it wasn't her.
This is not.
So I don't know if the Uggo thing is something about me personally.
I feel like it is.
Yeah, well, obviously, but
No.
Like,
I don't want to say what's consistent about that list out loud.
yeah, I know exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So you'll make an insensitive joke on one of those properties, but not the other property.
No, because Angel's not here, so I won't
It's
say anything.
it's horrible. Online dating is horrible. I've realized that.
Ben, you gotta.
And now I'm back. I have to go back into
Why?
the bars and start all over again.
Wait,
meeting
because
people.
bar dating is horrible. Why is online dating horrible? First off, what site are you on? What is that? I don't know what that
What
is.
side am I on?
What is that?
I'm a man that likes a woman.
No. I mean, like, what is that? Plenty
Like
of
what-
fish,
like what's
Tinder,
that?
what is
That was plenty of fish.
that? Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I don't
You're
know.
not looking for love.
Dude, I tapped the box that said looking
Dude,
for love.
Let me tell you something funny that Ben said to me the other day when we were at the.
This podcast, by the way, brought to you by eHarmony.
brought to you by going out to bars and meeting people in the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Ben, do you remember what you said to me?
Brought to you by Dumbass Luck. That's how I meet all the girls I know.
Ben, do you remember what you said to me at the bar at St. Baldrick's Day this past Saturday about like, you asked me my age. I'm 41. Ben's 30. What?
Four.
Do you remember what you said to me? If not, I'll say it. Ben says to me, he's like, if I'm your age and still doing this shit, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. And he meant like if I'm 41 and single. I thought he meant like if I'm 41 and still playing bagpipes or drums or whatever.
Well, if I was that, I would kill myself. Of course.
Both. He was like, if I'm 41 and still
Either
fucking out
or,
there
yeah.
Yeah.
if I'm still out there whoring, he was gonna kill himself.
Yeah, I either kill myself once or twice. How many times?
Oh, it's fucking funny. So we have not talked about almost at all drumming and piping at all.
So Zach, you're not going to chime in. Like you've been taking shit from pipers for a long time. You talk the pipers take forever to tune and get ready. Why don't you guys spend that time learning the fucking music?
Yeah, wouldn't that be great if like they were as efficient? I mean, we spend 2 hours of practicing. Like we're almost for 2 hours we play an hour and 50 minutes probably. Drummers are like fucking staring at the ceiling. They're floating around. They're fucking talking.
Plenty of fishing.
Plenty of fishing, tindering, left, right, whatever it is. It was funny at this last practice I was watching because we spent like the last hour playing competition music, which Ben is not up on the snare, so I brought Zach up to the band.
Shots fired.
No, it's nothing
yeah,
negative
yeah.
about that. He
Yeah.
just started back on snare, so I brought Zach in to play with us, and I sent Ben off to go play with the new guy, basically to go work the shit you're working on.
Yeah, he wasn't having it.
No, that's entirely possible. I didn't catch any of that, but so like within 5 minutes, Ben's back, sitting in the auditorium, like staring at us, doing nothing.
No, seriously, that was when I was setting up my Plenty of Fish account.
And I'm like, okay, drummers are doing nothing again. Okay. Like, all right, I guess we'll work our ass off over here.
I thought I found that spot like behind your back where if you turned right, you couldn't really see me, or if you turned left, you couldn't really see me.
I'm like a parent. I see everything.
Dude,
I just don't. I don't react like I see.
You have like eyes in the back of your head, like a mom does. Like,
I'm
Dude,
very
I've had this conversation with people before, like when we're doing pipe shit, and it's like, okay, who wants to fess up to that mistake? And everyone's just like, wouldn't me. I'm like, it was fucking you in this part. It was you on this embellishment. It was you. It was you on the fucking flam. Like,
That was me.
Remember that? We were so aware that the drummers were fucking up on this past Tuesday, or Zach, because it was only Zach at the time.
No, it was me.
No.
you gotta.
wait,
Yo, this was the one that I'm talking about was before you were playing in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, no. This was Zach. All of a sudden, Zach's playing like Lars Ulrich.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
All of a sudden,
Yep.
we're playing the fucking MSR, we're playing a reel, and Zach goes into Lars Ulrich mode and fucking can't keep time with the motherfucker. He's just like,
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
I guarantee if
it's like Saint Anger in that bitch.
I guarantee if I'd had the opportunity to like look over my shoulder past my drones, he would have just been playing the square with one hand while like timbering at the same time.
He was tendering playing one fucking hand. It was like, what is
He's
happening?
like, oh fuck, I missed a beat. Sorry, I just got a dick pic. Sorry about that.
Oh, for fuck's
Yeah,
sake.
I'm like, okay. Like every time it's like I heard it, I'm like, if I heard it, it must not be good.
If a piper can hear it on
You
the
guys-
drum
I was
side,
about to say,
and
you guys-
plus if drummers can hear it on the piper side, that's not good.
You guys
It's
have
not
to
good,
know.
yeah.
Like if you hear something
Yeah.
on the Piper side, it's
That's-
got to be like,
Well,
Yeah.
that's insane.
after
Yeah.
the tuning, it all sounds like shit, to be honest.
You mean before the tuning?
Well, you wait through the tuning. And
Yeah.
at that point, you think the concert's done. And
Yeah,
then
of course.
Fuck, here we go again.
We
gotta play the whole thing again?
Like Ben, remember? Were you there? Like, I think we were talking about it like before the St. Baldrick thing is, like a few years. I don't know how long ago it was, but they took 2 hours to tune. We were waiting forever.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would
I was
love
at the bar.
I would love to just like take you guys just across the pond for like 2 contests and like just go like see where it's like everyone just shows up, it's tight, they play. There's very minor adjustments and they go home. Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant.
It's amazing. Like when we were over there, it was like, oh, you show up, you obviously know the music, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And then we all play the exact music in the exact marching formations. And then 2 hours later, we're like, little adjustments here, but all right, see y'all on Thursday.
Right. Let's beg for rooms and
Yeah, it was
see how we can get back to the United States.
dude. Eventually.
Yeah. I am rather jealous of your trip. I would say that.
Same.
I would love to take you.
Well, I completely understand your jealousy, but you got to be fair that Josh and I have been doing this 18 and 15 years, and
Totally get
You know
you
what I
guys
mean?
have earned it.
so I don't mean it that way. I'm not trying to be a dick about
It
it.
wasn't
but,
even that. We were
It takes
invited.
time to like get to that point where you can
Yeah.
just jump into something like that. You know, like it's
I wouldn't even want to play. Just to be there.
To
Oh,
put
yeah.
it to
Oh,
put
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
phenomenal.
to put it in perspective, like on the way over, leaving like from fucking New York to go to London, I started learning the MSR, and Andy had already practiced both sets because he has more free time than me. Andy started practicing
Not
both
back
sets, but I asked him, I was like, hey, like, what are you stronger on? Are you stronger on the medley? Or are you stronger in the MSR? And he's like, dude, I'm all over the medley. I was like, all right, I'm gonna start the MSR, and on the first contest, when we land on the ground, one of us will play, like no matter what, because we didn't know which thing we were playing first. We literally like get there on a Friday. We practice for
No. We got there Wednesday.
on a Wednesday. We practiced the first night we landed, jet lagged as shit. We go to the band hall. We change all of our fucking internals out. We put the moisture control stuff in because we're from the desert there in Northern Ireland. We practiced for like 3 hours on the Wednesday. on the music that we're gonna play that weekend. It was the medley. I didn't know that shit. I fucking scratched on the medley. Like I didn't play. The following fucking weekend, I knew the medley.
Yeah.
The MSR.
And I would imagine the bands there are just nonstop. Probably all year round, but
Oh yeah.
following up to it nonstop.
I mean, I still remember,
just-
like, I started on the medley. You had told me, you know, like, I started the medley. You had
Well, I did the
or
medley,
I'm
you
sorry,
did
I had the MSR. You had the medley down. And then, like, we landed, and the first, like, the Saturday that after the Wednesday we landed was going to be the medley.
Medley.
And I had started working on it, but I told him, I was like, guys, I'm not going to have this. I'm not going to have this for 2 days.
Yeah.
The following weekend was the medley again, and I played that shit. It's all about, like, fucking... I mean, luckily I was on vacation, so I got to throw myself
yourself
into
into
it.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
I literally, like, practiced 8 hours and fucking went to the pub.
To be fair, they definitely gave us a little leeway. Like, all right, they're pretty close, but we're desperate for numbers, so
This is true, yeah.
they were desperate to see the rules over there are a little different. At majors, they have to have 8, and the second weekend was a major, so they had to have 8 playing.
And they
it's
lost.
not like over here where we have to have 6; they have to have 8 in a major.
And I will say, like, the second weekend, I was going to play whether I could or not, but I didn't fuck up, which I was happy about. The last weekend we were there, I fucked up
you
for
were a
sure.
fucking
Yeah,
disaster.
the last weekend we were there, I was like, I was so dead tired, and like I just couldn't do it.
Josh was, how old are you now?
Tuckered out.
I am 27.
So he was like 26, 27 years old at the time. He was like, I'm so ready to go home. Big
Dude,
pussy.
I was dead. Yeah, like I was, and like I told, like I remember getting asked at the last contest, and I was like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Dude, cut me." Yeah, like, I remember. I was like, "What would you do?" I was like, "I would cut me." Like I'm just barely holding it together.
I understand.
I've had 5 weeks of just like.
I tell you what, though. You two guys. I'm not even kidding around. Zach has been playing a long fucking time. You're newer, but you got a good heart. You got a lot of heart too.
You've got enthusiasm.
So did Lenny for Mice of Men.
No, what I mean. What I mean is you're really into this shit now. Like you're not.
Fuck you.
No, what I mean is.
I see where you're coming from.
She has soft hair.
You're really into this now. So what I'm saying is like, if you could ever experience that, like it would change your
Change your whole perspective.
I've
yeah.
I've experienced certain things in my life similar to that. That I can't say it's the same, but I understand like fully and delving yourself into something and reaping the rewards of it, whether you win or not. Just knowing you put 100 and I hate 110, 100%.
100%. Yeah.
You can only ever
into
put
it.
in 100%.
Yeah, no, I get what
Just
you mean.
knowing you put it all in.
And to be fair, like when we went, like we finished maybe
Last
last
time.
or second to last almost every time,
time.
in the level that we were at. But it was so worth it. Like
Oh,
the,
dude,
the
we were-
experience.
You
we were
have a
awesome.
lot of heart. Fuck you.
Dude, I was trying to be nice because you're new.
So Ben, this is a good tactical question for any listener that has been here for the past 45 minutes. What is a thing that could be done for a band that's like struggling with like getting that fucking level of heart and that level of enthusiasm? Like, what's a thing we could do?
Replace a pipe major.
Oh, shots.
Andy Knox.
No. Just a joke. I don't know. It's a tough question because I've never been in the band while it's been thriving, if that makes sense. Like I came in at the top and I've just seen it go down.
Sure.
That's fair. You came in on a peak.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
It
so
is peaks and valleys. I will say
I'm
that-
not from a drummer side. We had
So everyone stop listening.
Because nobody gives a fuck about the drummers.
yeah.
From a drummer's side, sometimes we
when
show
I
up a half
initially-
hour late and know half the music.
And we still get first.
Hell yeah!
Dude, we were so stoked that day. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was such a good
Never
fuck
played
you.
together.
Although,
It was an ultimate
you,
fuck you.
You do have a great story for that night.
I do.
With the
Dude, Del Boy, if you're out there, they're talking about a very similar story of like just getting first place in drumming when everyone else fucking lost.
with the Uber, and you just like
Oh
everywhere.
shit! I forgot about that.
Oh, that's a
happened?
totally different story.
That's a whole.
That has nothing to do with you winning the fucking drumming. You winning the drumming is an accolade.
Oh shit! But that is a good story.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
We could go into that one, but we do have
Amy
we
has
do
a-
have
Amy has a
to.
story.
We have so many.
It's
things to get into.
a forked road right here. Like we could go one way or the other.
I got a 30-minute tangent we got to go down, and that story is only like a 5-minute tangent. So let me do this. I'm gonna tell that story in 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then we'll go down the proper tangent that we need to do.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Once upon a time, down in Arizona.
Oh, you do. I don't know if you can do this, Jess. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Ben, feel free to chime in. Once upon a time in Arizona, a young bagpiper named Josh McEachard, who isn't as young as he still thinks he is, decided to play bagpipes at a contest and then go out drinking with his friends. And he decided that his buddy, big, sexy Ben,
Needed to come with them, but he didn't want to.
needed to come with him on a drink. Well, you want to do it at the time.
No, I did not.
You know, I second that. He did not.
So he goes to the dive hooker heavy motel
No,
that
that's
Ben is
not-
staying at with 2 underage human beings.
Which is very, very true and awkward.
Drinking-
What-
No, technically
drinking a mix.
Technically one.
Drinking a
it
mix
wasn't
of vodka
Oh,
and
yeah,
orange
yeah.
soda.
It was you
Yeah.
remember that to a T. It was vodka and orange soda.
And then
The cheap stuff too.
Hey,
for
and-
both
being
of
the
them.
good friend that I am, I decided
I only had one drink.
being the good man that I am, I decided that I'm going to get this boy out of this 2-bit town and we're going to go listen to some music. I ordered an Uber. The Uber woman's name was Sally, but it probably wasn't Sally. It was probably some other fucking name.
I don't know. Look at your 1-star.
They would be my 1-star rating. She drives us down to the green room, and if you have not been to the green room, then I apologize, but if you have been, you know how the rest of this story goes. Essentially, Benji decides that the
Halfway through.
orange soda and vodka and whatever small amounts of food he had up to that point were unacceptable and decided to reject them onto his shirt and pants.
I have a thing where if I drink real fast, like shots or anything, I want to throw up.
But
every
you,
time.
you chugged this. You chugged it.
I will
Well,
say
yeah, and that was my
I will
only
say,
drink.
I did
that
not
was
get
my only goddamn drink.
Yeah.
I did not get a bad Uber rating.
You did not? I thought you got a 1-star.
She looked at me. I looked at her. You didn't get any on the seat or the floor?
Oh shit! So we pulled into the alley, and I started doing like I knew I was gonna throw up, where you start to get that watery mouth.
Yeah, the sweaty teeth.
Yeah, and
Hashtag sweaty teeth. I take full control over that.
so I start like throwing up into my mouth, and just hold it into my mouth.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh shit! Are we out of time? Anyways,
No, it's not even that. He went live.
oh shit!
Fucking go. Ignore me. Dickhead.
Throw up into my mouth, and then I start making the noise like because
Of
I did
course.
that initially, and I kept it quiet, and then the noise started coming like. And I was just sitting in the back of the Uber, and you're in front of me, and she's there, and I desperately didn't want her to know that I was throwing up in her fucking car.
I mean, she knew, but you didn't make a mess.
Well, no. So I didn't make a big mess. The mess I made is the dam cracked a little bit, you know.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so I
The
got a
drips.
little on my shirt. And when I say a little, like probably like a cup.
It's like a half shot.
Yeah, and I don't want to even call it vomit because I hadn't been eating all day. It was just orange soda.
It was just
vodka.
bile and liquor.
Yep. So did that.
And if you're still listening and haven't thrown up yet, I appreciate that.
Well, it gets better. So I get out of the car, totally puke everywhere. She drives off. And we're going to fast forward 40 minutes. I take a quick bath in the bathroom there, clean myself up, wipe my shirt down. And if you recall this, started dancing with a lady. A very attractive lady.
Very attractive
there.
woman.
Yeah.
And I remember she had a comment.
Yeah, she leaned into me and she said, you smell great.
And my Uber rating still stands.
So that's that story.
All right, we are not quite up against time because I know we're going to run long, but
This is such a great episode that it's fuck it. We're going long on this one. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
absolutely. And I got to say,
All right. So first off, what are we in? 15 minutes.
51.
So we haven't even got to Cahill's Corner yet.
Oh well, yeah, you could edit around it, right?
Oh, I can edit it.
Let's just say that we had to bump Cahill's Corner and.
Well, first off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to Cahill's Corner now.
No, we're not gonna listen to it now. There's no way. We're live.
No, we are. I'm
Well,
gonna edit around it, and then
We'll do that at the end. We have to follow the flow here.
No,
We're going straight into snowflakes and service bands.
that's why I wanted Cahill's Corner because he gets into it. But we can tell you what, I will do editing magic, and it'll be brilliant.
So
Fuck
he
it.
talks about it. What does he say at the end? Something about like leave him alone.
No, he doesn't pull punches at all. It's great. So right now,
Well, let me do an intro to Cahill's Corner.
go ahead, do an intro,
Then
and then we'll listen, and then we'll just fucking rip into it.
We don't have to listen. Let's just go into service bands.
No, trust
All
me.
right. This is like watching your mom and dad fight at the dinner
Right.
table. So now that we've had absolutely no natural pause, the episode, it's about that time. We're almost. It's about that time. We're almost out of time, so we should probably just really quickly check in with Cahill's Corner. And of course, now that we have intro music, we have a whole bit. Cahill, let's see what you had to say about last week's episode.
Hello, this is Andy from the Chanter Rant podcast, and we thank you for listening. At this point, we will transition into part 2 of this episode, which had no natural transition to begin with. The boys were very drunk at this point and needed to figure out how to get into the next part. So we will do it with this little break. We hope you enjoy our podcast and look for part 2 coming soon.